I'm Evan Hills from Dstillery.
And I'm Tom Shields, I'm with Xandr.
And we had a great working group today about how we take the data label initiative and really activate it. And I think it was a very spirited discussion. The focus of being able to understand what actually goes into a third-party data segment, having some sort of objective criteria to evaluate it, and ultimately helping make the buyers a little bit smarter about what's going on there, was really a powerful and spirited discussion.
Yeah, I think it made a lot of sense to talk about, how we can continue to drive the responsible use of data and allow both the data providers and the buyers to be able to understand what's going into the data in order to be able to use it more effectively.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think one of the other takeaways that we had from this is that the concept of a nutrition facts for data is really an apt analogy, because what might be good for you might be different for me and my brand. And being able to sort of open that discussion and help inform buyers as to what makes the most sense for them, given their initiative, given their brand, given their customer base, is only going to make the industry a stronger place.
Yeah, I really liked actually the food analogy, because it was a little bit like buyers today are just trying all the different segments and seeing which ones make them feel good. It's a little bit like and some of them don't work and they don't really know why. It'd be nice to know that those are the ones that contain peanuts, and maybe I'm allergic to peanuts or whatever the thing is, using that food analogy. But interestingly, the quality part is also was a really interesting aspect of it, because what's good quality for one buyer might be bad quality for another, and so having the transparency in the labeling at least enables people to have a fighting chance of understanding whether they're going to consider something good quality or not for their particular purpose. 100%,
and I think the even more interesting part of it is going to be once brands start to understand that what might be a good dessert, i.e. bottom of funnel, is not going to necessarily be the best lunch for them, right? And helping them understand better, ultimately what are the goals of their campaign, their specific initiative, and then helping them make an informed decision as to what are the best data elements to be buying.
Right. And we said the Tech Lab and others have been spending a lot of time working on this. So there is some good progress on this. So there's some resources that you can access to learn more. And there's some challenges as well. I mean, there's the cost of the issue, right? There's definitely going to be some costs involved that'll get passed along, and that'll be an interesting thing to try and figure out how that works. But overall, it feels like, just like labeling your foods is a good idea, I think understanding what's going into these data segments is a good idea.
100%. I mean, as long as we get an actual framework to have this conversation around, it'll at least encourage the conversation to happen, and then eventually let us understand, what are the things that ultimately we as a data industry and as a buying industry and a media industry as a whole are actually striving for.
Perfect.
Awesome.